How are you today? Hi.
Julius Torrevillas is behind the wheel of a Santa Barbara MTD bus 5 days a week. A full-time job that pays $19 an hour to the jovial driver with the unforgettable beard. When his workday is over, he moves from his bus to another vehicle, his van, where he lives.
A regular full-size mattress.
This is home because he makes too much to qualify for public housing, but can't afford rent in the high-cost city of Santa Barbara.
A lot of people think that if you have a full-time job in America, you're okay. That's not really the case for you, is it?
No, I got a full-time job. I'm barely making ends meet.
Debt from a failed small business piled up, and he and his wife are still digging out. So this county parking lot is where they sleep, joined by more than a dozen others who live in their cars. It's called the Safe Parking Program.
Coming home for the night.
It has become home. You know, it's comforting to be able to come somewhere, same place, every night, not far from our regular neighborhood.
In this case, home is now a parking lot for Paula Korb, her daughters Emily and Alice, and their dog Jewel. They once had a solid middle-class life, a nice house, and a hot meal on the table at night. But with personal and financial setbacks, it all disappeared, except for their van.
I've grown so much more since losing it all, and the loss was horrific. The grief was overwhelming. It just takes the biggest hit to your pride that you can possibly even imagine.
Like others, Paula was for many weeks hiding with her kids in the shadows at night. With the light of day comes hope and the chance for a redeeming solution.
Marge looks younger than her 75 years. There are no telltale signs of homelessness. Her silver blonde hair is pulled back in a neat ponytail, and she wears earrings and a necklace from better times. She makes her way to a picnic table under the shadow of an oak tree. After losing her senior housing 3 years ago, this is where she does her painting these days.
So I feel very fortunate to have my car. It's a little cramped, but it's softer than cement.
Of all her once valued possessions, today her 20-year-old gold Oldsmobile is her most important one. It is her home, and she keeps it as neat as a pin.
And then this is where I sleep. And I have the 3 pillows, and I have sponges under there, or foam, to sleep on.
The 75-year-old painter is on a wait list for senior housing in Santa Barbara. She's been told it could take another 7 years.
Any updates today about the Lois
I got
event?
a call back.
Christine Schwartz is the executive director at New Beginnings Counseling Center. They tackled the parking problem back in 2004 with a simple solution.
The Safe Parking Program is a concept where you take an existing community resource, an empty parking lot, and you repurpose it to address a pressing community need, in this case, the lack of shelter and/or housing for people.
It sounds simple, but there are plenty of issues to deal with. The police have to be on board, so do nearby residents. There are insurance issues. And what if too many homeless want to park at the same place?
When a person finds themselves living out of their vehicles, they typically call. They do need to have a valid registration, insurance, and license. They can't just show up at a parking lot and say, I want to park here.
If there's space, they'll receive a voucher to display on the dashboard. This lets the police and residents know they're allowed to park here.
What are they allowed to do in the parking lots? Just basically sleep?
Yes, the lots are shelters. It's very specifically they're there to, come, to go to sleep and leave.
Without the Safe Park program, we could not have been up here doing this. Just got this motorhome. We're working on it, and we'll actually be sleeping in the Safe Park program in another lot. Without that, we could not be up here living in the streets without the Safe Park program, because they don't like you. They don't like you sleeping in your cars here. They don't like you on the streets here for pretty much any city. But I'm just blessed to have her and be her dad every day. I'm very proud of her, and boy, do I love her. She's such a good girl. You're right. She is really is. It just isn't fake. This isn't fake. I love you too. I know. I know you do. Yeah. We belong to the YMCA. Shall we? We swim. We take our showers here every day. We kind of keep our routine fairly normal. But I miss the kitchen. I miss cooking. Look at that. What's that say?
Great job.
Great job, Milani.
We go now to Santa Barbara, California, and Barbara Harvey. She used to live in a 3-bedroom rented condo with garden and many amenities. Now she lives in a parking lot. Before we talk with her, let's take a look at the place she and her 2 golden retrievers call home.
This is my car, my CRV, and it's my home. And this has been home for 4 months, just around 4 months now. It's tight. It's not like a beautiful 3-bedroom condo that I used to live in. That was nice. That was spacey. You know, there's lots of space in that. But we're managing.
Barbara, you were a notary and a loan processor. How did this happen to you?
That's correct. The loans packages stopped coming.
How do people contact you?
They contact me through New Beginnings.